tell Tommy G.
I am. No offense. That has nothing to do with you. It's a union thing. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So my name is Frank Van Oor, Deputy Commissioner of Investigations for the Philadelphia Police Department. Today, we're here to talk about a crime pattern that's occurring down at Philadelphia International Airport. It involves thefts and robberies of vehicles. And in these cases, it's all rent-a-cars. Several different companies are involved, and we believe the perpetrators could be the same perpetrators in numerous of these, number of these incidents. So there's been a little bit of a progression. This goes back, this pattern, to around January. We have about 35 cases, as I said. In the beginning of this pattern, it appears that the individuals were going down. They would go to the airport, catch the bus that drops you off at the rent-a-car garage, get off the bus, pick out the car they wanted because the keys are stored inside the vehicle, the fob, and then they were following the bus right back out the door. And that's the first few thefts occurred that way. The companies caught on to this. They put up some security measures. Some of them were the spikes in the ground. Some others put gates up. What happened next were the individuals went down in a group, sometimes 2 to 4 to 6 people. The first car that would go through that security member would pretty much abandon the car, so that would only be an attempt. They would run over the spike strip. The car would become disabled. They would get in the other car, and they were able to put something over the strip and drive right over the strips and get away with a number of cars. Some of these other ones, they would just crash right through the fence. That car would become disabled. However, the fence would open and they would leave. So the companies then caught on to that and put up better security measures. And we've had at least 5 incidents where a number of cars were taken point of gun. And in these cases, the individuals would go in the same way, get inside a vehicle, drive up to the booth, display a gun. I think we released a video yesterday. In all these cases, we believe the individuals we see are about 16 to 22 years of age. They produce a gun, point it at the attendant, tell the attendant to lift the gate, then all the cars follow the lead car right out and get away. Now, out of these 35 incidents, 12 of them were only attempts. As he said, the car in 12 of these cases becomes disabled and we recover it. There have been 17 of the 23 that they've gotten away with recovered in Southwest Philadelphia area. Most of them are recovered in Southwest Philadelphia area. There have been 3 individuals arrested driving these vehicles since this began. We have not connected them to this group, so we're not sure if they are or aren't. We are still working on that. But we know there are several individuals out here, especially the individuals you see with a firearm in the video, that we have not identified. In most of these cases, they're wearing a mask covering their face, and they have dark colored clothing on, and they're very hard to identify unless you know them. So we're hoping that someone sees those videos, may know who these individuals are, and can give us a call.
So where are these vehicles going? Are they going to chop shops, or what's their motive?
To be honest, we've recovered 17 of the 23. These are teenagers, some of them, so I don't know if they're joyriding them. I can't tell you for sure. We're recovering some of them because they're GPS'd very quickly, very quickly. The arrest, they recovered it because the company called, they tracked the car, and they arrested the individual driving it very soon, so they were charged. Some of them, we think either the GPS wasn't working or they were able to disable it, because there are a few vehicles, about 6, that were taken over the course of this time that we have not found.
Would you say something like this that pointed a gun in? It's pretty brazen.
Well, it's escalating. You could see it's escalating, and it's obviously violence is now the threat. So it's certainly something we want to end very quickly. So the security measures they put up for the thefts, they're defeating them with a threat of violence. So we're concerned, and we want to get these individuals caught.
Do you know if there's anything different that some of these car rental places are doing? Maybe you don't know that, but like anything different that they're doing, like policy-wise, to kind of protect?
I don't. I mean, one of the policies that I see, and I don't know how to defeat it, is because there's so many cars there and they're chipped, and they keep these fobs with the vehicles. That's got to be making this a little bit easier. I know they were trapping the cars in, they thought, but some of these thieves are being able to defeat that trapping. So we got to find a better way to separate them from the keys. I think that would slow this down.
Did you say they're coming on the bus?
It appears they're going to the airport area and then being bussed over like everyone else, that I'm renting a car and they get on the bus and take them over because that's a service they provide. So there's an APHIS bus and a Hertz bus, and so whatever place they're targeting that particular day, they get on that bus and go towards the lots, and that's where it seems to be occurring.
You mentioned a number of cities are seeing this type of activity.
I can't answer that. I didn't mention that. I said we're seeing it down there, but I don't know about other cities. I would have to check that. I don't know that.
My only thing, oops, sorry. What, do you have all times of day? Or do you have like a kind of like a more targeted time of the day?
I could look very closely. I mean, some of them are happening in the morning, afternoon, and there are evening cases, so I can't tell you that it's a specific time of the day. It looks like it early morning hours, and I see mid-afternoon hours happening, especially when it was just the thefts and they were driving right out. It seemed like they were just blending in and driving out with the car. And when they realized the car was missing, they would look for it on GPS, and then the police would recover it. So, like I said, we are finding a lot of them, but there are some of them that we're not. So we're concerned that this violence is going to lead to, these incidents are going to lead to violence.
Do you have an idea of how many people you guys are looking for?
Well, anywhere, in some of these incidents, we see anywhere from 2 to 6 individuals go down there. And like I said, the first car will make a threat with a gun, and then if there are, say, 4 more individuals, they're riding out with cars right behind that car. So one incident may wind up with 5 cars being taken all at one time.
Did the department release any video or pictures yet?
Yes, I think it was released yesterday, but I believe everyone got it when we put it out, and you'll see that on our website.
Any of the cars was damaged? Like, are they taking things off the car, or?
The only cars I know that are damaged are the ones that they're using as the guinea pig car to kind of crash through whatever security measure they set up. Then the other cars are kind of making it over. That's the only damage I'm hearing about. They have the fob. There's no reason to compromise the vehicle in any way. They're just driving right away.
Well, I was trying to see if it was being stripped or something like that.
No, I mean, we don't have any information of being stripped.
What do you make of the attitudes of these very young, you said 16 to 22-year-olds? They're taking very flashy cars based on the video seen yesterday, pointed guns. What do you make of their attitudes?
Well, they're pretty brazen, and they're not really picking a specific car. Since you said that, they're picking whatever they feel like. There's Jeeps taken, there's Chryslers, there's Toyotas, there's Nissans, there's Kias. Whatever they decide to get into at that particular time, they're taking. We have a host of different vehicles that are stolen at different times. So very brazen. They seem to be, organized to the point where, like I said, each time the security was improved, they were able to defeat it. So we definitely want to bring them in and make sure they're prosecuted properly.
And what about security video where they enter the bus, or security video?
We're looking at all that. I don't know how much are on the buses and off the buses because that's occurring back towards the airport, but we are pulling all the video. And everyone's aware of it now, so the airport police, I mean, in the beginning, these are isolated incidents. It's not till they started putting them together did we realize we had a pattern like that. So at some point, our major crimes auto squad got involved in this, and they've been taking these cases over. So they're the ones doing the tracking, and we're going to go backwards to see if we can figure out who these individuals are.
The 3 devils arrested, you said, are they juveniles or?
They're not. One male's 48, and another 2 are in their 20s. So they're not, and we don't think they're the ones depicted on the video. So we know there's others. So we don't know how they became to possess the cars they were in. Certainly some we're gonna try to get an